basketball? You betcha I'm back. It's the Daily Trainer with another episode with my man Spence in the gym, getting those shots up. And you've seen him on here hitting all those shots, right? But today, I had to really break down, one, his mental. And one thing that you guys don't see a lot of is there's a lot of drills and skills and all that being taught on the channel. But there's also conversation. And the conversation always is about what's next.
Do people think you can get a college?
How do you make yourself valuable?
You think people think you can?
When the odds are stacked against you. So there was something I talked to Spence about during our session.
Not necessarily proving them wrong.
You can get a little insight right here.
But there is a perception of he can only do certain things and you're very limited. And so with that, you want to make sure you continue to work on everything so that you're not put in a box of only doing these things. And like you have been improving on your defense as well as other aspects of your game, now that's lacking because you're not giving that as much as importance anymore, right? So the biggest thing for you is to really just hone in on your mental and really engage in what's important to you. That's it. And so once you overcome this thing of like, it doesn't feel good, which we'll work through it here the next couple of days, and you'll be fine, man.
Now, after talking to Spence, the biggest thing that I was trying to get him to understand is, how are you more than just a shooter? Everybody that plays your position can do what you do. I don't know the exact stat, but there's at least, let's just say, 1,000 guys that can shoot the basketball at 5'9", between that and 6'5". So if you're not anywhere in that upper branch of 6'3" and above, what other value do you bring at 5'10", 5'11", 5'9"? You're not a point guard. You can't dribble. And I'm not saying this about Spence. I'm saying this as far as what someone can say about you, right? You almost don't want to leave any room for excuses. And when you're short, people find excuses. And it's unfortunate, man. It really is. In this game of basketball, height plus ability plus size, right? That's always going to be the winner over someone who's pretty skilled and little. There's a million stories I can tell you about certain people that I've coached already that have had plenty of success against high-level players, and coaches would just say, they're a good player. They're going to be a really good college player, but just not for us. And being in those college rooms and being at different colleges like Iowa State, Fresno State, I've been in different conversations at like just all different schools, Minnesota. I've been in the rooms with also some people in University of Washington. And it's just interesting to see what coaches talk about on a daily when they're high-level Power 5 programs, right? And I keep trying to instill these things in our players and letting them know, like, look, man, this is what's coming. This is what you have to prepare for. And so that's one thing I want you to understand. And what you're watching here is, it's not entertaining. It's not so many clips of exciting movements and step backs and how does this help me? Why are you showing this? Why are you putting it on YouTube? I'm putting it on there because you have to explain to people. You can't just come in and work out every time. Like, the workout is good. The cardio is good. It makes you better in some aspect. But if you're not talking details, you're willing to fail a lot. And it's not failing and learning, it's failing and making the same mistake over and over again. And that's crazy. And you can't do that. So here, what I was trying to get Spencer to understand, whether it's showing on video or not right now, as long as you see it and watch it. The mid-range and the three are two different shots. And a lot of people will get that confused depending on what kind of system they're in. Because a lot of people are shooting a lot of threes now, eliminating the mid-range and making layups, right? But then there's some programs that allow you to shoot mid-range. And not just a pull-up, they let you shoot step back, spins, all of the mixes that you want to have in your bag, right? But what I'm saying to him is, you're already a good shooter. Now you're trying to advance your game with the little mid-range opportunities that you do have now that you have a switch in styles of play, because you have coaches that have switched positions. And he's not able to separate the reps of shooting the mid-range and the three-point. So he's extending his elbow up, which is now changing his entire three-point shot that he's pretty much mastered his whole life, and shooting it at a high percentage. He only knows how to rep it out mechanically over and over again, and I'm trying to get him to understand how to switch it and how to understand that. So he also does a lot of lifting, a lot of push-ups, just a lot of extra work, and all these things play a tendency in his shooting. So now I'm taking him back to his own basics, getting him to understand that what he was doing originally was working. There's nothing that needs to change. And as you can see, not right now when I'm talking about it, but as you see on video, how I shot an air ball, then I shot it short, then you saw me make it consistently. So I'm just showing him the different phases of why he's short at the front of the rim and he's not on top of the rim. And then he's also not shooting with the room of error to almost hit the back of the rim, right? Because there's all the factors that you have when you do shoot with a little bit of arc. There's room for error. So you just have to, again, put all that in perspective. And the game seems so simple. And it is, when you understand the details of the game. That is the key. Details. Once the small, fundamental, foundational pieces are set and you get it, the game is easy, because the game repeats itself over and over and over again. You can't make it something where there's these variables where you don't know what's going to happen, because you do if you watch enough basketball and you put yourself in those situations consistently. That is what the NBA is. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I can go play in the NBA. I'm saying situational basketball that allows you to score and do things, you will see all the time. The variables of it that make it harder is the talent, is the player you're going against, longer, quicker, faster, more athletic. Are the teams more cohesive in their defensive scheme? Do they move the right way? Do they switch? Do they talk? Right? So those are the things that you're going to see. But you're going to see the same defenses. You're going to see the same coverages. And so don't make the game harder than it is, but you also have to learn what the game is. And once you learn it, you got it. And for Spence, it's not so much learning the game on this particular episode. It is more just him knowing that what he's good at, he needs to continue to be good at it. Don't let outside influences come in and try to change what you do. And that's basically what I was explaining to him, and that's what I'm explaining to you. Basketball U, I appreciate you for coming through as you always do. I'm the Daily Trainer, here to give you what you need, guaranteed to succeed in the game that you love to play each and every day in every way. Keep tuning in every day, because you know I have something to say. Remember, someone's always working. Are you?